Hello and welcome to anyone and everyone who's decided to watch this video. Today I'm rambling on again about G.I. Joe Classified with the interesting set of Snake Eyes and the Polar Bear, based off one of the parts of the Mass Device 5-parter, the first 5 episodes of the 80s G.I. Joe cartoon. A very interesting set, a set I admittedly did almost decide to skip, but I like Snake Eyes. Most people who have any interest in G.I. Joe do, and it comes with a polar bear. It's a unique set. I figured it was worth the money, and you know what? I think it is. So we will start with the Snake Eyes, and yeah, he is a very simplistic mold. He still has a lot of good detailing going on here, but he is meant to invoke, not be a one-to-one representation, but invoke the feel of how Snake Eyes was animated in that original miniseries, where he is technically based off his original toy, but they can't have him be all black like the original toy was, and no ninja stuff because Storm Shadow wasn't invented yet, so Snake Eyes wasn't a ninja yet. So he's all action commando man. And yeah, he's a lot simpler, but he's not truly animation accurate. He still has some wrinkles and folds in his costume, but he's got like purple mixed in there, which is how it worked in the animation. And yes, the pink hands, we will address those. We'll get to those later. One thing I do not know, and I did not check, is if this is a reuse of the retro card Snake Eyes, also based off the first release. I never bothered with the retro card because I have the glorious Alpha Commando Snake Eyes, which was a more modernization of the original Snake Eyes concept, and probably still my favorite figure in all of Classified. Definitely my favorite Snake Eyes, even though I do like this one. But I know the retro carded version simplified a lot more elements to match the original figure, and I'm wondering if this is that retro card figure recolored, or if it's got a bunch of new stuff going on. Anyway, we'll get the Alpha Commando out of here. And first off, look at the figure itself. It's got its pretty generic original Joe-inspired web gear, which I wish the belt on the web gear stayed more flush with the belt of like his actual figure sculpt, but I just don't think it's long enough, and articulating him is going to move that around. So that is a little bit annoying that this doesn't stay as flush as it has on other Classified figures. That's probably my biggest gripe with this Snake Eyes overall. As for accessories on him, he's got a knife on this side, a pretty generic knife. But, I mean, it's a knife, and it's the only blade he has. So, you gotta have a Snake Eyes with a blade, and this is the one he's got, because this is Commando Snake Eyes, not Ninja Snake Eyes. And yeah, it's fine, he's got it. You can just slot it back in there. And he also has this very nice looking pistol. I'm pretty sure we've gotten this pistol before with other figures, but I just like the silver paint on it. It's very nice. You can get him to hold it, but I feel he's been having a weird time getting his trigger fingers around his guns. But like, you can have him holding that and using it to shoot at cobras or shoot at polar bears, whatever you want him to do. He's a nice looking figure overall. I like the color purple. It's my favorite color. I love the metallic paint in his visor. But, he's definitely not the star of the set. He's definitely not replacing the Alpha Commando as my favorite Snake Eyes. But I do like Snake Eyes as a character. I like his various costumes over the years. So I don't have a problem switching over to this one every once in a while. And yeah, it's a really interesting touch. The pink hands. Why does he have the pink hands? Because if you've never watched the original series, in the second or third part of the Mass Device, Snake Eyes gets the element that is needed in the Arctic, wherever they go, whatever this element is called. I don't remember. I didn't rewatch the episode. And Snake Eyes gets trapped with the element in an irradiated mine, and basically the other Joes are forced to leave him behind, and he has to sacrifice himself to stop Cobra from getting the element. That's what both of these are. At least I think these are both meant to be different forms of the element contained. This one definitely is. Again, I didn't rewatch the episode. It's been a while. So I don't remember everything. But I believe every figure in this whole Mass Device series, because they're doing a bunch of sets based off those episodes, this is probably the only one I'm ever going to get. So for this one of whatever this red element is called, you can open up the container. You can even take the gem out of it so you can have an empty canister if you want. But this looks kind of ugly on its own, just a big peg sticking out. So just put that back in. It's a nice little prop. And as for like the canister thing, it's there. You can't really hold it, even though it's got handles all over it, because they're small. Like you can kind of loop his thumb around it, but he's not really going to hold it in any organic way. I don't really like this piece. I don't feel like it adds anything. But basically the pink hands are meant to represent him being irradiated, which is why he's got a bunch of them. Why he's got the gun-holding hands, the fists, and the karate chop hands all done in pink. But just in case you want him like he was in the rest of the series with bare hands, he does come with bare versions of the gun-holding hands. That said, it's pretty scary, at least on my copy of this Snake Eyes, to swap the hands. So I'm gonna basically swap him to the skin-colored ones this once, just to show it off, which I would be fine with. He looks perfectly good this way, but I think it's more unique to give him the pink hands. So I'm gonna switch back to the pink hands and have that just be my look for this Snake Eyes. You know, we can just pretend he has some pink gloves. I'm like, well, come on, why not? It's fine, it's imagination. He also comes with the laser rifle gun. And again, I'm having a really hard time getting this into his hand. I don't know why. When I got Grunt, I had no problem getting it into his hand, but it's been a chore with Snake Eyes for some reason. Like, it really feels like the plastic is getting warped. I don't feel like I'm gonna break the toy or anything, but like I can't get the trigger finger into... Well, now I just did it. Great. So now he can hold it. I guess it wasn't that hard. But it's an interesting looking version of the Sunbow rifle. You'd think since this is legitimately a set based off a moment from the show, he would have gotten the show version of the rifle. But no, he gets a black one with silver paint. I don't really like him with the rifle, but anyway. I almost kind of like him just with nothing or with that pistol. But overall, the figure is pretty basic, but I do like him. He's just not the best Snake Eyes, not the best figure, but he's not bad. And yeah, I really want to know if this is just a repaint of the retro carded version. And I am still happy to have gotten purple Snake Eyes at least. Now for the star of the show, and that is, of course, Mr. Bear. And yeah, this is a very cool looking polar bear toy. It is very white, yellowish white with all these grays and browns toned in to make it feel messy, to make it feel like a real creature. And yes, for what I assume are some kind of weird copyright reasons to stop this from being a generic bear toy, it does have a messed up face, which definitely did not happen in the show. It's got a scar over the nose, another one over its eye, with its eye being blinded. And it does have an alternate screaming face, which is horrifying. It's also very thin. I'm not an expert of bear biology, and I don't see them in real life that often or anything. I don't live in a bear-infested area. Most people don't. So I tend to forget how slim bears can be for such large creatures. And yeah, sometimes I have a hard time getting this screaming head on there, but it's on there, and oof, it does capture the intimidation of the creature. Very nice. This is a very cool figure to see, and I'm pretty sure most people are going to buy this 2-pack just for the bear, to put with their other various toys. For comparison, we will bring in Timber just for size. And yeah, this bear is like 3 times the size of Timber. And that is pretty neat. As they showed in promotional images, you could have Snake Eyes mounted on top of it if you wished, which looks a bit silly. And also it has this feature, which is weird because I don't remember this in the cartoon either. I know this part isn't in the cartoon where, you can peel off a chunk of its skin and see its exposed bloody muscle. It just, that definitely would not have been allowed on 80s TV. And this is just Hasbro channeling their Jurassic World license right there, the exposed inner body. But you can swap that out to have arrows in its shoulder, if that's what you would call that area. I don't remember the polar bear having arrows in it in that episode either. What I remember is the bear trap, which is also in this set. So you can just torture this animal, just have it on there and have it go on its foot. And yeah, this is just, I know polar bears are vicious. Like, humans don't belong in their territory, but they are still living creatures, and the stuff this toy expects you to recreate, it's real, but yeah, still overall the figure is really, really cool bear figure. Got a lot of articulation. You can have it stand up, basically, which, so yeah, it supports its own weight fine. It's got to be what a classified figure is, 6 inches, so this is probably 9, 10. It's pretty tall bear, pretty tall guy. And yeah, it can stand up like this, so if you need a standing bear poses, anything you want to do, you can. As for movement, it's got the ball joints in the shoulders, hinges. It's actually got toe joints. I know some people are going to like that. And the foot can hinge and rotate. The neck swivels back and forth. And the head does as well. Some rotations. And then the back hips. And the knees. And no toe movement for the back feet. No waist movement either. So it's a different type of animal for Classified, but Classified loves giving us animals. And yeah, this is pretty cool. And honestly, this set kind of makes me think of in the early days of Classified, we got that leaked concept art for a figure that was pitched but never happened, of an Arctic Scarlet that came with a saber-toothed tiger. But arguably this is cooler just because it's got an animal that is still around in the real world that like the Joes would actually meet and actually have, because this set is based off the Mass Device. So overall, it's a pretty decent set. Is it a must get? I don't know. Like, if you're a major Snake Eyes fan, like, I know every Joe fan likes Snake Eyes, but I think, like, if you legitimately love Snake Eyes, like he's one of your favorite characters, it's a must get. And the polar bear's interesting. It's fun. It's unique. It's a very special figure. But, like, you're buying a 2-pack, and you should want to buy it for both characters, really. So, yeah, I definitely say it's a good set. Is it, like, the best thing ever? Not necessarily, because, like, so many of these props, like, what are you really going to do with these? Like, I guess if you really, really want a Mass Device set, fine. But again, like, Snake Eyes can't really hold this properly. Like, it's a good set, but it's definitely not, like, my favorite thing Classified has ever produced. That's just how I feel about it. And I guess I've rambled on enough. Thank you all for watching, and see you guys around.
Tin Hut Soldier, this is General Hawk, leader of G.I. Joe, and we need your help to take on the threat of Cobra. Your mission is a simple one. All you have to do is subscribe to this channel and enjoy its various videos in your free time. That'll be all, Soldier. Hawk out!